Why are you a photographer? What's in it for you? Why are you a photographer? What's in it for you? Why are you a photographer? 2 minutes. Why are you a photographer? Tough question? Shouldn't be. Who would like to share? Kevin.
Fishing requires a license.
That's a creative one. There you go, Kevin.
To make a living, meeting new people, and having a great time.
I like that. I like that. Who else?
So I like to do it, and it offers a diverse set of challenges.
Say again. You like?
Offers a diverse set of challenges.
It covers a diverse set of challenges. I like that. Yes.
Just satisfied my need to create money.
Good.
That's it.
Now, really, what's in it for the clients? That's what you got to be concerned with the first time. What's in it for the clients? You got another box of the bargain. Try again. For those of you that say, oh, I want to be creative, or I just want to be fulfilled. Now think of the client, because you're in a business now. You can do photography without being in business and enjoy it fully all through your life. Yes, sir.
When you're as old as I am, you have to answer that question twice.
Yes.
When I first got started, I wanted to get dates and get laid, stuff like that.
Oh. How'd you make out?
At this point in my life, I'm doing photography because I want to hand down a legacy.
Okay, listen to this one. Listen to this one. Pepito wants to
Hand down a legacy.
Yes.
For these families that you're capturing this moment.
I love that.
They're going to display this in their home.
Yes.
And show it off as art. We use your family as a work of art. And really, it has to do with home decor.
Absolutely and totally, and you're right up my alley.
And so when I'm no longer here, in fact, I get a great kick out of just going to people's homes sometimes, I think, and seeing my portraits on the wall or somebody calling me. And it really makes my life, makes me happy.
Like you're fulfilled.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with the money. It's just how I feel. Thank you.
Thank you, Pepito. Isn't that, how many of you feel this way? You see? You see, the thing is, I saw a movie at one point in time, and it was about The Untouchable. Is it that's called The Untouchable? No, that wasn't it. It was a different name. And then at one point in time, there's this rich guy sitting in a wheelchair, like quadriplegic, like he just couldn't do nothing but his head. And this big guy, totally athletic, was hired to take care of him, to wash him, to take him whatever, to feed him, right? Because he couldn't even feed himself. So this big guy was rough, right from the Bronx, you know, like he was a big colored guy, huge athletic guy, but he was rough on the edges. And this gentleman was sitting in an art gallery at one point, looking at his beautiful art pieces, and it was worth $400,000. And the guy says, who the hell would pay this? $400,000. Well, I would pay it, because he just went to the gallery and says, I want one of those. But he says, why do people paint this way? To leave a trace in the world. To leave a trace. That's basically what you're saying. To leave a trace. That's why we do photography, is to leave a trace for the people we serve. That's the reason why we do photography today. Does that make sense? Yes or yes?
Yep.
Let's carry on. We're having fun here. So we turn on the page again in your workbook, and you see what would be your perfect studio today? Some of you may be like downsizing because I'm getting close to passing it on. But the thing is, it could be a way that when I talk to folks, the photographers who have moved on in their career and they're about to retire, I say, what is the goal for me? Is to bring a lot of value into your business so you can sell it. When I first started the studio in 1974, I gave it a generic name because I said, I'm going to give it a generic name because I want to sell it one day. That was my thinking. Now, is it the right one or the wrong one? It was my thinking. And I went along with it. And then 25 years later, I sold my business for the highest value that I could get out of it. And it helped me put together this new career of mine. So, what is your perfect studio? It doesn't have to be in walls. It could be in a truck, right? It could be anywhere. But what is your perfect studio? What do you dream of? Because if we don't have goals to look at what we aim for, we got no place to go. 2 minutes, what's your perfect studio? All right, we got a perfect. In 1978, I had just moved into my second studio. We had gone up from 400 square feet to 1,200 square feet. Wow, that's a big plot. And the landlord came to me after we moved in. He said, Andre, you set up for many years now. I said, yeah, 2 years. He said, what do you mean 2 years? In 2 years, I plan to be in the industrial park where I can get lots of square footage for, you know, less money in a sense. Because in the commercial section of the city, if you wanted to get 1,600 square feet or 2,000 square feet, it would cost you a lot more money. But then my clients would be more easy to go into the industrial park than into the commercial section. He said, how can you see this far? I said, it's not far, it's only 2 years. So I only signed a 2-year lease, and 2 years after, I was in the industrial park because it was already planned. So Amber, what's your perfect studio?
Well, I want to be, obviously, I always wanted to be in the city. I came from South Dakota, so, and I also like being near the beach because most of my work is on the beach, so something close for everybody, for families and weddings, and I do a lot of fashion shoots, but somewhere where I could go, where I could give them two diverse looks.
Excellent. So, on that sheet, you see that how you can describe it. The reason why I put this sheet in your workbook is so that you can visualize it. The question is visualizing. Can you see it? Hey, Becky, can you see it? No, not yet. Time will come where you can see something that will happen, and I applaud Amber for being at a young age and already seeing further into the future. Thank you.
Not that young.
Not that young. Compared to me. I always do compared to me, what the hell. So we're into the goal setting section here. The goal setting is this, if you don't change the way you're doing things, you'll always get the same things that you've been getting. There's a philosopher, who knows Jim Rohn? What a fantastic individual, is human. They call him the business philosopher. He's passed on, but you can still get on his website all of his wisdom and his audios. I encourage you to listen to his voice. Jim Rohn's voice is just, and the message that he carries is incredible. So if you turn to page 5, could you list 6 goals that you'd like to put together within the next year? 6 goals within the next year. I bet you got 6 too, right? There you go. If you don't have 6, that's okay. As long as you've got 2 or 3. So what would be the next step? Anyone? What would be the next step now that you got your goals?
How to reach them.
How to reach them. Okay. Absolutely. But once, I call it breaking it down into small steps, into small bites. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's the thing. So the goal is there, the end goal is there, and then we should have a date, because I give you a 12-month period here. That's fine. So we got a date. And then you break it down into small pieces to make it reachable. Then each week or each day, you ask yourself, what have I done to move closer to my goals today? Just a simple question. What have I done to move closer to my goals? Who would like to share their goals? this guy's a active guy. Woo! I like him. Okay, go ahead.
That they need seem very, when they work for me.
It's for you. It's for you.
Get clients, improve my editing, lighting, understand business, get the right equipment, get better at estimating, and get a better camera.
Yeah. Excellent. So the next step would be, what am I going to do? Each one, break it into small pieces. How am I going to move forward with these things? That would be your next step. Because if you leave it on a goal sheet, leave it there, put it on a wall, which is fine, but then that sheet has to be renewed constantly because you're moving forward. You're moving forward. So make an Excel spreadsheet, make a top goal here, and then you break it down to small pieces. That's even before you start going for the goal. Break it down to small pieces, because then you can check off. And I don't know about you guys, there's so many time management tools out there, including the whatever. I like the piece of paper and the to-do list, and I strike them off, and I just feel, yes! Let's move on to the next one. See? I don't care how technical you can be. I like the pen and the paper. It works for me. Whatever. Some people say, well, I'm technology challenged. Well, I do okay, but I'm technology challenged in a way. But the pen will always work for me. That's fine. Anybody else would like to share a goal? This is a heavy participation section, and this is a lighter participation section. And this Bill here.
My 6 goals, we want 6 new schools this year. I want to bring on a baby photographer.
Mm-hmm.
I want to revamp our marketing campaign. We want to open up 8 new wedding venues or relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I need time off. And I want to find love.
Talk to Pepito. You seem to have done okay, you know. You made it so far.